It smells like cheese balls, dudes, and liquor.
That is what we call a hostage situation.
Well, we got the menu right.
Why did you guys decide to become a trio and not just do individual projects?
He was like, "You want to make a duo?" And I was like, "Yeah, really? Yeah." And then I was like showing him the songs at his apartment. He was like kind of butthurt. "You guys didn't ask me to be in it."
You want to get it? Crazy, dude, but whatever. We all blend in. Who's on the decks? Who's getting buck wild with people up front? Who's hanging from the fucking rafters? So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool.
So are you the liability? Is there like a dad of the group?
I don't really think there's a straight liability guy. We played a style disco a few years ago, and they had like the frat party white tables, and bro was just on that thing.
Talking about you guys traveling together and, being that there's three of you, is there anything else that you guys do to save money, maybe like shower together?
Best thing about the shows.
Hostage situation. Welcome to the Underground Society podcast. How are you guys?
Fantastic. How about you?
Good, man. Yeah, we did this one a little earlier than we normally do, so I'm glad we all showed up on time. So we wanted to start off we know you're a trio, but when did the relationship start? Because I know that's kind of the foundation most of the time of successful artist projects, but when did you guys actually become just friends?
So my girlfriend knew him.
Okay.
In college or in high school, they knew each other. I was up in Fort Collins. My girlfriend won some crazy chance, won a ticket off of a radio show to go see Slander.
Oh, sick.
So I needed a ride down from Fort Collins, and she asked him to take me down, and he showed me mixes. We showed each other some music stuff that we've been doing. We'd never met before at all, and I think we were both impressed by each other's stuff. And
I already knew him. I had a small man crush, and so they were like, heard his girlfriend call me. He's like, "Can you pick him up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that."
Sure.
You're like a DJ, right, bro? You play shows? He's like, "Yeah." I was so curious how he did that. So yeah, that was basically, like you said, we just started showing each other mixes and stuff that we made.
Nice. Yeah, that was going to be a follow-up question of mine, just like if you guys had artist projects before that, but it sounds like you guys were already making music individually before you guys joined forces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I met him and then met this guy recently after, and he's basically taught us how to produce since then too. That was like 4.5 years ago.
Oh, okay. So this has been a while. Yeah, I just started seeing you guys pop up like last year. I didn't even know who you guys were before last year. So
yeah, it's only really been going for like a little over 2 years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we made stuff individually, and then we started like exclusively only making stuff together. Like I was on the phone with these kids every single day, and we were gonna make music. We were gonna make music together anyways.
Yeah,
so it seemed like a fit.
I love that. So taking it back even further, what were some of your guys' first experiences with electronic music, or how did you really get into the scene?
I think my first electronic show my brother took me to, it was at Summerfest in Wisconsin. And I saw Diplo there. I think I was in like 8th grade or some shit. And like it was just super insane. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but like I like it. I love it. Yeah. Moving to Colorado, obviously, there's no shortage of insane bass shows here. So
yeah,
blossomed into 3 dudes with sweaty masks making dubstep.
They are sweaty.
Yeah, I think mine was like, I don't know. I went to like Dead Rocks when I was in, early high school or something.
Oh, wow.
But that was my first show I went to, but I was going on, in middle school, even like 6th grade, I was just going through like YouTube and finding just like random dubstep songs,
The UKF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say UKF, yeah.
Classic. And then, from there, got into Skrillex, like Dr. P, fucking
nice.
Lots of different people.
Yeah, I remember like the first time I heard like a dubstep set was like some fucking Marshmello Ultra set.
Oh shit.
I remember being like, this is the hypest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What's your opinion now on Mashmello?
Less intense than what I'm into now.
Right, yeah.
He's about to go on tour with Sudden
Yeah,
Death.
I
though.
saw that.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the dude throws a good show. Every time I've seen him play, he comes out and like everyone in the crowd just loses their fucking mind.
Yeah.
That's just cool to see.
Being that big of a megastar too on time. I mean, I think he might be one of the most famous people in EDM. So
Yeah.
Just because
I remember the Spirit Halloween store this past Halloween. There was an entire wall of just Marshmello like helmets and masks and clothing. I'm like, they dedicated an entire wall like of someone in our genre. It's weird to see.
Yeah. Well, he also was like all over like Fortnite and
yeah, true.
So I'm sure that like hit the younger generation.
Yeah.
In a big way.
Oh yeah.
Bro, how do we get on Fortnite?
No, I think getting on COD would be like just chef's kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, that I know that's become a lot of, especially with the Fortnite Monster Cat kind of like video game type music becoming more and more popular, and the licensing and stuff for video games. Like, seems like a place that it's an avenue that I don't know if too many people look at, because a lot of people focus on just like touring and putting out music on Spotify and stuff like that, streaming numbers. But it's a cool avenue. You know, you have TikTok now, you have video game type stuff now that you can pitch to. Like, it's cool that we have different avenues within our scene that we can reach. Why did you guys decide to become a trio and not just do individual projects? Like, what was it about the three of you guys working together that you were like, all right, we should do this together?
So I fucking love this shit because we made music together and shit, and like it was like this guy taught us how to produce, and it was fucking so cool. I don't know, like I would not know how to do everything we can do like so quickly. And like I remember he asked me he's talking to me one time, we were in like Arizona because he went to school at ASU, and he was like, "You want to make a duo?" And I was like, "Yeah, really? Yeah, I'm down." So we're gonna make some rhythm duo. And then I was like showing him the songs at his apartment. He was like kind of butthurt. You guys didn't ask me to be in it. I was like, "You want to be in it?"
Crazy, but whatever.
Yeah, we were actually a trio called something else before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We had so it was Shuriken. It was like misspelled. We had V's for A's.
For U's and stuff. It was
the classic VU trick that rhythm DJs use. Yeah.
Yes.
The track one 2015 era.
I do like the hostage situation branding and the name better than that. So I think you guys went with the right choice.
Fun. The creativity with it is super fun. It's the coolest project and never-ending project ever.
Yeah.
Where did you guys get the name Hostage Situation from?
So I mean, that was our manager. He fucking
okay.
Going to school out there, and we were just making music, and it was just fun. We just like throwing shows at like your mom's house, small venue over here. And I had like this master class, class that I got to go to, and like we got to meet our manager, our now manager, and the head of
Andrew Grant.
Yeah, Andrew Grant. He was for Atlantic Records, and we got like 10 minutes with each of them, and they were like, everyone was like, so they're gonna shit on your music. They're gonna shit on it. Like, don't take it personally. Like, it's okay. So I went in and like we made this like I'm Different remix a few nights before, and made like a visualizer for it and everything, because like that's just all we did. Basically.
Yeah.
Anyways. And I was like, this is what we do. And I showed him, and he like closed the door on the kid behind me and was like, I want to give you my number. And like, he gave me his number and his email. He's like, call me tomorrow. I have like this idea. And he called us, and we were like, he's like, so I have this idea of the hostage situation. And like, he's like, I've been going to these drive-in shows, and he's like, I want to do this. I think it'd be cooler to like make this more like, not just like someone out there DJing.
Right.
And he was like, you guys don't have to do it. Like, you have full creative freedom. He's like, essentially, I just want to manage you. And because I think this could be, I think this could be something cool. And we were like, that sounds fun as fuck. Yeah. So
That's cool.
Yeah, we were initially supposed to have black ski masks. They came in white. So
yeah, we accidentally got white ones, wore them once, and we're like, wait, let's do that. Let's do that.
Like, we got the media from the show, and it's just, those are too hard, bro. Like, we cannot pass that shit up.
And now you guys have the custom branded ones that you guys are wearing right now. Where did you guys get those made?
Various places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's been
We're
base threads.
Yeah, right now we're going through base threads. Shout out Shank.
Oh, cool.
We used to go through a homie, it's like QOQ Customs or something. His name's Rico.
Nice.
He still does some stuff for us here and there. But yeah, we're finally getting everything dialed merch-wise here. And then we're just going to start dropping a ton of new stuff.
I'm going to be so excited to see that.
Yeah. We will definitely cop. Why did you guys, we were talking about the mask, why did you guys decide to stay or keep your personal faces out of the spotlight and like decide to go with like the masked DJ route? Was it the manager kind of hinting that towards you, or what was that your guys' decision to like, hey, we want to be normal people too outside of this project?
I mean, I think it's a bit of both, because obviously with Francois having like this idea of hostage situation, it wasn't like a fully thought out thing yet. It was kind of just, development and seeing kind of what we can do with it. So the reasoning has kind of changed over the course that we've been doing this. I mean, I personally like it just because
I love it.
Like, one, it looks cool. Two, I think it's kind of fun to just focus on not like a pretty face up there. It's kind of just like we all blend in when we're on stage together.
True, yeah.
Like, who's on the decks, who's getting buck wild with people up front, who's hanging from the fucking rafters. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool.
It's him.
Another thing I kind of like about it is for us, it like separates, like, I don't know, like when we put the mask on, it's like the only time that we really have it on is when we're doing shows. So it's like, I don't know.
It feels like it's
a different mode.
Yeah. It makes me so much. I was telling someone before our show the other day with Kill the Noise, I was like, bro, I never am able to actually like really dance and like get down like comfortably unless I'm like up there and shit, because I don't know what it is.
Oh, cool.
It's the only place that like feels like I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Well, and also it's not like if you make a goof out of yourself, which who cares anyways, but if you goof around or people are like worry about judgment, you're like, you don't even know who the fuck I am. So
I love about it that like the people who really care they'll find out who we are.
And
stuff like that. And that's like I'm very social, they're very social, and like I want to meet everyone. Like we're fans first, for real.
Yeah. Does it make it easier to? I know I see like a bunch of especially the guys that are coming up in Morphic, for example. I was just at a show with him last weekend, and he goes out in the crowd and like gets in the mosh pits with everyone and stuff like that. Does it make it easier for you guys to like, you guys can just go out and actually be normal people and no one's gonna like stop you, ask you for pictures, ask you for autograph, blah 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 blah. I would imagine there to make it easier just to be, like you said, I'm a fan first. I can go enjoy the music still and not have to worry about all that.
Yeah, I mean it does, and I mean it's mostly just kind of funny. I don't know about easier, but yeah, I mean it's just funny. Like people will like see our tattoos. Like I remember I was at
it's a dead giveaway
here in Denver, and I had this person tell me that I wasn't in hostage and that I was lying because I just had a tattoo and I like to dye my hair every once in a while. It's like, no, I think they got brown hair, but nice try though.
Yeah. Okay.
Or there's like,
never mind.
There's situations. We were at Lost Lands and this dude had one of our hats on and we kept seeing him. Me and him kept going up and be like, yo, sick hat, man. I love it. And just like, thanks.
Dude, yeah, he was like, dude,
didn't care.
He was like, dude, we're so sad we missed him at the Silent Disco, and I was like, I'm one of the like being weird about it. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that shit's always fun.
I liked being with actually Morphic. Dom, that fool was hilarious.
Dom's a good guy.
At Lost Lands a bunch. Like we'd walk around with him and take Gorilla Tea.
Mm-hmm.
I would love they would like freak out and like see, they'd be like, Gorilla Tea, Morphic, and they look at me and be like, Morphic, and they go back. And it'd be cool, and Tay would be like, do you know hostage situation? And then they'd like change, they'd be like, holy shit, yeah. And they'd actually, I was like, oh my God, you do? That's cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's cool to see people's like eyes change when they realize.
Eyes light up, they get starstruck.
Yeah, this one kid's on my tattoo. I traded candy with his girlfriend, I think, and I was talking to them, and I was like showing them my candy and shit, and he was like, what's that tattoo? And I like have a hostage tattoo, and he's like, are you? I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Being so mysterious. Who are some of your first inspirations, like as artists? Do you have some people that you really looked up to before you got into it?
I have Subtronics tattooed on my.
Yeah,
Nice.
gang. Cyclops Army.
That motherfucker Grizz for me was like better throws the best shows by far. I just want to throw shows that are as good as that full shows because it's different.
Yeah.
But,
Who do you guys pull? Who do you guys pull like inspiration from when you guys are writing?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah. Really. Whatever we think is cool at the time, like that's what I was about to say for that answer. Was it changes so much for me because I and everyone that is an inspiration will probably be for a long time. But yeah, new people come out.
Look at our SoundCloud likes that week, and you
There we
can
go.
kind of,
Yeah. That's a whole separate conversation. Is selling of SoundCloud. Boy, can't wait to see how that turns out.
Oh
I don't know. I think it could be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
like, who's buying it again? Didn't like Chance the Rapper have?
I have no idea who's buying it, but I just saw that it was going on sale.
No, I remember that being
Someone did. It was like Trippy Red. Or
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know.
Like some just weird as shit. They're like majority shareholder or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No, I gotta look back and brush up on that. But SoundCloud forever, 100 years. SoundCloud needs to happen.
Yes. Yeah, it used to be a lot better than it is now, for sure. And if hopefully whoever takes over ownership brings back some of the goodness that we miss.
Full messaging on SoundCloud.
Yo, that'd be sick, actually. Yeah.
Round of applause.
That's a big
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah.
We saw your episode on Rooster TV with Shank Aaron, the house party tour thing, and we loved your studio setup. But we were curious: is that in your guys' place, or do you guys run out of place to produce?
No, so we have a good friend, Jonas Temple. He started Beatport, and he's done, like a handful of different projects throughout his career. But yeah, so Francois was friends with him and kind of invited him onto the project as like a kind of big picture co-sign manager type deal. Yeah, so he owns Moody Recordings. So that's what that studio is. There's a bunch of different like house artists that come in there all the time, and we're just kind of the dubstep in the corner.
Yeah. I saw the Barefoots, and I was like, damn, that's in their house? No way. They're super nice speakers.
No, that would be loud.
Yeah. Your neighbors
that
would
piss
not
the
like
neighbors
that.
off for sure.
Yeah, this house is not treated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to have like a dedicated space, whether it be just us making music or like we bring in an artist. Yeah, just kind of setting the vibe, and you guys can actually get some work done. And
Yeah, for sure.
not a lot of distraction.
Sometimes work gets on.
Sometimes.
There's a big difference I've even noticed before. Like when I started this podcast, I was working out of just like my bedroom and, on a laptop in my bed. And now I actually have like a separate room in the house that I've turned into like an actual studio, obviously. And just having that separation from like my bed or like a couch or something to actually like sit at a desk makes such a big difference. So I can only imagine how that would translate into like actually having like a proper treated studio versus just being a bedroom producer.
Yeah, it's really nice for.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it's really really nice.
That's cool.
There's a lot less like Cheeto dust fingers on gear.
Yeah.
We have to be
But
careful.
there's still
If you leave Cheeto dust, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing, because there's like other people that work in that studio, so we'll always get the occasional text like, "Hey guys, it smells like fucking 3 dudes were definitely in here."
Sorry.
dudes in here.
Wait, what was it? I got a text like not even a week ago, just like it smells like cheese balls, dudes, and liquor.
Oh.
Yeah. Your natural
Oh.
musk.
Well, you got the menu right, so.
Well, that is what we call a hostage situation.
Goddamn right.
So, since there is 3 of you guys, do some of you have all have your own individual strengths and weaknesses? Do some of you focus more on writing and like more on producing?
Yeah, it definitely started off that way, but I think we're kind of closing the gap now that we've spent like a bunch of time together as a group. I mean, these two can mix laps around me fucking any day of the week. Yeah, and then we all kind of produce and songwrite, so.
This guy knows how to write music. Like, anyway, it's fucking insane to watch him produce.
Yeah, as you guys were saying earlier, you were saying how fast that you guys like caught up to speed because of him, so that's cool.
And now we're all like, now we can all do it, and so the amount of fucking music that gets made is just absurd.
Oh
Yeah.
Sending ideas like.
Is there times where you guys work on individual things? I mean, obviously it's all for the hostage situation project, but is it like, do you guys like, work on a song individually, or kind of pass songs around to do different parts of the song, or how does that work?
I think that's like 99% of the way that we do it. It's like
Okay.
one of us start an idea, and then we all just go to the studio and then finish it out.
Or like,
Sick, yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, like if you like it, you're like, yo, I want to work on that. Then you do.
What are the struggles that I guess come with working with 3 people? I know it's probably sharing the workload obviously would make it easier, but what are some of the struggles that you guys had to face?
I feel like the only thing that's like really a struggle, actually, because honestly, everything is so much easier. Like, the only thing is, I guess, travel and getting
Yeah.
out. But also at the same time, travel is so much easier because we're not like by ourselves. And like,
With the homies.
yeah, it's so fun, bro.
Yeah.
I'll chill in the airport.
6 hour layover, yeah, don't worry
Get a
about
beer,
it.
make music.
Yeah, right. How does that factor into the budget, I guess, for you guys? Because you're not just flying out one person to take off do you guys have to charge more for your booking fee in order to cover costs, or?
We try to. I mean,
Okay.
obviously making it work. You know, it's not like a dead mouse booking fee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely at the start, like just getting the project off the ground, kind of still what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough, and like you're gonna have to get those red eye Spirit flights at fucking 1 a.m. and you can't check into the hotel and for another like 7 hours, so you gotta pull out. But I mean, it's getting better. I think our mileage plus account is
Helping.
getting to a decent point.
Yeah.
So
It also helps that we do like to make up for that stuff, so we try not to charge people more than what we need to.
Right.
We have our Patreon, and when people support us through that helps us. If we need to cover booking travel fees, we can do that. We can take out of that type stuff. SoundCloud actually is not bad with the payouts sometimes, so that helps. And so luckily there's other
avenues.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys ever like have disagreements, and like have you guys gotten better at working through those disagreements on like maybe it's a creative vision or a song idea or whatever it may be?
yeah, I think it's gotten easier. I mean, definitely on the music side, we're all kind of into the same stuff.
Yeah.
So that makes it
Helps.
easier. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, yeah, like any three friends are gonna have disagreements.
For sure. That's why I asked. I was like, man, even just like with our team, like we have disagreements sometimes on things. Like, how do you work through that?
But yeah, it. One thing I will say is that I feel like we have kind of dialed in how to make those as healthy as possible, rather than
Absolutely.
the opposite of that.
Yeah.
That's extremely important and something that has got to be figured out.
The good thing though is that like from day one, like the first time we ever made a song together, we've always been like, nah, I don't fuck with that. Like we're very honest with each other about that stuff.
That's good. You need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always put it to a vote. Luckily, there's three of us.
True.
There will always be that tiebreaker.
Very true.
You guys are allowed to because most of the time, I mean, I trust their judgment. And most of the time, anything that we're disagreeing about, realistically, at the end of the day, isn't going to make or break anything.
Earlier, you said that one of you was hanging from the rafters. So are you the liability? Is there like a dad of the group? Is one of you more responsible? What's that dynamic like?
Running right here.
Mostly.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a straight liability guy, but I mean,
This guy on stage, I'm worried sometimes.
Yeah, he actually broke his. Go ahead and tell that story.
Yeah, I don't have the best track record of being responsible on stage, but it's all good.
Sometimes it's for the entertainment value, though.
Exactly. Yeah. So, at Larimer Lounge here in Denver, we have a video of it actually, but I broke my foot on stage, and you can see the exact moment that I start to stumble, and I hop back behind the decks to lean on something, and I bump into him, and he thinks that I'm trying to get rowdy.
I was like, hey!
Sitting there with a broken ass foot, he's pushing me over. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here now. AI. And Supernatural here in Denver as well. Just getting up on tables. I like to do that, and sometimes those tables are not the most put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hanging from pipes that are on the ceiling if it's low enough, and getting on a fucking table. But,
yeah.
Bro was holding on to the laser one time, and I was like,
oh gosh.
Underwear's hanging out from the back. I'm like, in my tummy. I told him, this is terrifying. It's like the smallest table ever, too.
Oh yeah. Always a party though. It's always a good time.
At Decadence we played a silent disco a few years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, and they had the frat party white tables.
Mm-hmm.
Falling on, and bro was just on that thing.
I was giving those tables the work.
It was.
I'd be so scared to stand on one of those. Hell no.
Testing the folding tables to the absolute max.
Oh god.
Yeah. So we were talking about you guys traveling together, and cost of flights and everything like that, and being that there's three of you. Is there anything else that you guys do to save money? Maybe shower together?
Yep. Living in Colorado, water conservation is very important to all of us. So we do our part and, take showers together. And it's just a great time, just three dudes being able to help the environment like this.
I wish I saw that more from artists in the area, just trying to do their part.
Take some accountability, take a shower with a homie. It's not that hard to do. Yes.
Other than that,
Conserve water,
Yeah.
Our water bill is 50 cents.
Nice. I'm jealous.
You guys are saving the planet single-handedly.
We've definitely figured out really good food spots that are just and cheap as shit.
You can always order a pizza and split the pizza too, or something that's family size that you guys can split that. Yeah, because individually it gets more expensive. I feel like.
Well, we also sleep together at hotels.
We do. Yeah.
Cuddle puddle, hostage situation. Cuddle puddle.
Best thing about the shows. One king bed.
Well, your manager and your team knows that, like, when they get you the hotel room, no, we don't want individual beds. We just want one big bed for all of us.
That would be hell.
Oh yeah, and I snore like a fucking freight train.
That's fucking.
Oh shit.
There's definitely a couple Snapchats of me just sawing logs at like 4 in the morning.
Just turn on the side.
We have to like wake up in the middle of the night and like flip him on his side.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We figured it out though. I think it's all
Yeah.
right.
Like everything else, we're getting it dialed in.
Yep.
Lock the fuck in.
From what I could see, Do You was your first song to really gain traction. What set that song apart, do you think? Or what was like the secret sauce that made that song pop off? And I know there's like a lot of inherent emotion in it. Where did the idea for that song specifically come from?
So Do You definitely did really good on Spotify. I think it also did well on the others too, but yeah, it's definitely one of the best ones that we've had individually on Spotify. But SoundCloud-wise, we've had like One Who Lost with Jason Leach. That one.
Oh yeah, I love Jason. Jason's so talented.
That one's yeah, he's the man. Shout out Jason. And like Ritual was one of the first songs that we put out. That one also did very well. But for Do You specifically, anything different?
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything different. I think Do You is one of those that just kind of came together. Because I'm trying to think, and I don't remember like any hiccups with like the process. Like we were sitting on it for a super long time. Like everything just kind of
that was one of those.
Bang it out and boom, done track. Fucking
Nice.
put it out.
That was one of those songs that like the sound design and that'd be too crazy. It was just like,
dude, what's kind of weird
it came together so fast.
What's kind of weird is for One Who Lost and Ritual, I feel like it was also like that.
Yeah. Fucking back to Jason being super talented. We had the like idea for the drop, and Jason came into the studio, and his whole piano top line and like synth top line was all just one take.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He did the piano top line. He was like, "Run it back. I want to do a solo on the second drop." So we ran it back, did the solo, and
done. That's crazy.
Like no editing to it at all. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, we got 3 more hours, so
hang out, smoke a bowl. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think that's when kind of the coolest ideas that we have is just when it's effortless and you're not.
That's usually when songs do the best too. That's like what I've heard most. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely truth to that.
We did notice that it was like more melodic than a lot of your other stuff. Why do you guys like producing both melodic and the heavier stuff? Like, I know some artists only focus on one or the other, and a lot of artists focus on both. But for you guys, what drives you to kind of lean into both styles?
So I didn't have a MIDI keyboard the first like 4 years that I started producing.
Okay.
I got really good on like QWERTY. So I think it's just like a natural habit to kind of riff around, and usually we'll find something that sticks. And
is that usually where you start with, at least for you, is that where you usually start with writing?
It depends. Like I know a lot of people have like a strict like they'll drop and then go to intro or vice versa, but I think we kind of just start shit.
Do whatever, yeah.
Like for him, one of the things that like when we first started producing like 4.5 years ago and shit, like he can play the keys on the laptop.
Like he'll play like
like he'll play a fucking whole solo on the laptop. Like we're gonna have him just playing the laptop sometimes.
Nice.
Like he'll just do a riff and just like do a random riff, and then we'll just basically base everything off of that. And then like if we'll make a song and bring it to him, I'm like, take this, write over it. Like,
yeah.
Do a melody or some shit like that. And like I love when that happens because it's so cool to watch. And then
I'd also say that our taste in music is really that like wide. This too, so we like both. So
yeah. Going back to what you were saying earlier, you just produce and kind of write what you guys like. So yeah.
I feel like we all love every type of dubstep, from house to deep shit, vibey shit. Like we really try and incorporate like everything into our sets.
Yeah, it's kind of. I just saw Crank that last weekend. It's kind of what he does a really good job with. He like produces bass house tracks. He produces dubstep tracks. He produces crazy like rhythm stuff. Like he does everything. Yeah. It's interesting and really fascinating. I think for seeing what projects used to look like back when Skrillex was at. He's still at the prime, but even him, for an example, switching into different genres as time goes on or whatever. Like it's cool to see people combining different genres into the same project and making it work under the same brand.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have like Hostage House.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, because we released Loot
on April Fool's Day, I think.
Yeah, because we were like trying to be funny, like, oh yeah, let's just trust him. But I mean, it's been received like pretty well, so
we play it like every show too.
It's like some Hostage House going, and maybe a country album.
Okay.
There you go. I grew up on country, so I root for that.
There's a crossover we haven't seen yet.
Right? Yeah.
No, that's cool.
It also gives you a wider appeal to everyone in the scene, so it gives, yeah.
One thing I like about that is, so like a lot of our friends, some of our friends aren't like super into EDM anymore, and like one of my favorite compliments is like people are like, I don't really fuck with this stuff, or I haven't, or I don't anymore, but like I like going to your sets.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be.
What has been your best festival or show experience so far? Because I know you guys mentioned earlier that you popped up at Lost Lands at the Silent Disco, and I was so sad that I wasn't there early to see it. Do you have like a crazy experience that you've had so far together?
I think mine's Global Dance.
Yeah, Global Dance was a festival that all of us pretty much went to growing up, I believe.
Okay.
It was the first like festival that I ever went to, and we finally got the chance. Well, we did the Silent Disco a little bit ago, but we got a chance to play on one of the big stages this year, and that was awesome. That was a huge full circle moment. That was really cool. Tate brought us up for a couple songs during his Lost Lands set. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was.
Dude crushes it.
So Artix, Nico brought us up, and Sweet Tooth, Devin.
Nice.
At Red Rocks, which was another crazy full circle moment because we're all Colorado.
Yeah, Denver. Yeah.
That was fucking sick, dude. Red Rocks was insane. That is my favorite place by far to go to. I've been like, I work there sometimes, and I don't even know. I can't even count how many shows we've probably all gone to.
I'm jealous. I was supposed to go to Cyclops Rocks, and that was going to be my first Red Rocks trip last year, and I unfortunately was unable to go. So hopefully this year I'll make it happen. But Red Rocks is like a dream venue just for me, as like I just want to go to a show.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a historic venue, and definitely was like for me like the most emotional.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even us on the bill, and it was still fucking like tears coming out the eye. So like my girlfriend was fucking bawling in the crowd.
Yeah.
No, that shit was super cool.
So we saw all those tweez in your fridge. What's one thing that you like have to have included on your rider for each of you?
It's
tweez. Yep.
It's tweez.
Well, we actually have had to move away from the tweez recently, which I'm very, very sad to say.
Oh no.
It's because when we drink them with the white mask on, it leaves this not great looking brown kind of thing around the mouth. So we've been doing claws.
A little bit cleaner.
Probably that. A lot of Tito's meat and cheese plate.
I'm always like, if you can give me a cheese.
Yes, that.
You know what I mean? Like before you're about to go play, you don't want to really eat.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You'll throw up.
Sometimes you got to get a little in and.
Yo, ribeyes all around.
Ribeyes all around. Steak and potatoes.
Do you guys still get really nervous before playing every show?
Yeah, it's definitely less. I think like the smaller the venue, the more nervous I get.
Same.
Because like Global Dance and like some of those bigger festivals, everyone kind of just blends in. So
Yeah.
like, you don't really like pinpoint on a certain person. But like if you're at a club that's like 150 capacity or something, there's definitely like little pockets of people that you can just see throughout
The
the
whole
set.
time, yeah.
So there's like a bit more intimate, like holy shit, they're looking at me.
Yeah.
Paranoia, but yeah, I mean it's definitely getting less and less.
My hands used to go numb like completely, and I would hyperventilate. No, like I'd be mixing, and they'd like cramp up, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck, dude!"
He's like calling on the desk.
Dude, talking about Subtronics, that I'm pretty sure that happened to him during his set last year at Lost Lands. He like announced on the mic, and he was like, just from all the adrenaline that he was experiencing from that set and the massive amount of people that were there. I'm pretty sure he said on the mic, he was like, "Holy shit, my hand just went numb," and like had to like take a second to like get back, get back into the rhythm of things. But I was like, damn, that actually happened, and then you just brought it up.
Yeah, bro. I could have put
The numb hands.
The numb hands.
For the bigger ones, I've noticed that I'll be like really nervous when we're like within the 5 minutes that we're about to go on stage, and then we get on stage for 1 minute, and then it's like,
gone. Yeah, I get like that for interviews, man. I was nervous before coming on today, and then once we sit down talking, we're good to go.
yeah.
We were talking about you collabing with Gorilla T. Also, you collab with Decadon, Import, a few people last year. What do you guys like about collaborating, and how selective are you about like who you guys work with?
I feel like
I don't think we really
Tate,
are.
like it kind of normally comes like naturally. Like Tate was just a homie, and just like
you guys' music is very similar too. So
yeah, and like you were very into like similar stuff, and I remember he was like a fan of like first, like this fool was like had like 4 songs out, and he was hitting us up. He was our #1 listener on SoundCloud. That's awesome. And I think he's still #5. He probably listens to it less now because he hears it all the fucking time. But yeah, that happened, and then we were just like, he moved to Colorado. We were just like, I mean, you want to come to the studio? And like that, like we met. Decadon went to my high school and shit. And so, I mean, sometimes we'll just be like, we're going to the studio tonight. If y'all want to come through, come hang out. We'll see you at the shows.
That's cool.
And also, like, I don't know. Sometimes you'll just go into the studio to try to make a collab with someone, and it won't really work.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fine. So, and a lot of times you'll just have to try again. But yes, so sometimes, not all the collabs come out.
Yeah, we were trying to, we had Yaks in the studio, and we were getting nowhere fast. And he was like, all right, well, sometimes what I like to do is just like say fuck it and make like a track that's, not even in the genre.
Not part of the brand,
whatever.
So stupid.
So we have a rap track with Yaks that
nice.
hope is never gonna see the light of day.
Pretty bad.
It's just gone.
Just play it at an afters party one day.
Right.
That'll happen. Everyone rap. See, that's my favorite thing to do when we're not like getting anything going. We'll just be like, fuck it, turn a beat on, everyone get in the booth, let's rap.
Freestyle.
The T-Pain settings.
T-Pain settings. Auto-tune.
But yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Like, I'm sure, we might get a collab with Yaks in the future, but instead of just sitting there being all down, like, fuck, like, we're getting nothing done, like, whatever, see you later. It's like, no, let's just hang out. And
it'll happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's almost better not to force things sometimes and just,
Like I said, the best songs just happen naturally.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I don't think we're really selective. I mean, it's pretty much if, like, you're fun to hang out with. I mean, we're kind of down.
Yeah. You guys seem like cool guys.
Where it's like we've never met before, like we've never talked, and it's just like collab. Like, hey, what's your name, man? Like, cool.
At that point, it almost feels like just doing it for like the business. Like, yeah.
Like everyone that we have a collab with, like
actually homies.
I'll go out to dinner sometimes and just
cool.
Hang out. Yeah, I mean, whoever's chill and wants to do some shit, that's right.
I was going to ask, is it tough keeping up with like the constant release of music, and how do you keep what you're putting out fresh? But you already said that it's just like been cranking out with the process between all three of you.
Ever run into writer's block?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
But there's 2 other people. So
Yeah.
A lot of times if you have writer's block and someone else like comes to you with a decent idea, like that's awesome, because then you
Unlocks it for you.
Something rather than, I feel like a lot of writer's block is from just like making an original idea.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that's kind of nice about having 3 people.
How often what is your tour schedule right now? How often are you guys making music versus actually on the road?
They got the phones
Got the calendar.
We've had like 3 this month.
You have the calendar. Yeah.
And we have 2.
Yeah, so we got
Doubleheader this weekend.
Texas, Tennessee, El Paso, Seattle, San Diego, Oklahoma, Ohio again, Minneapolis. I think we're at like 19 shows for this year right now. We have like a couple tentative offers.
And a couple that aren't announced yet.
Yeah.
How many shows did you guys play in total last year? Do you know?
It was around 20.
Okay.
I'll be seeing you guys at the Seattle show. I was really excited when that just got announced.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be so fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, shout out to Bear Grylls, dude. He definitely gave us a fucking layup.
Dude, Bear Grylls has been really doing a good job with like the Bad News Bears and some of the up and comers outside of that. Like, I really like what he's doing for like the underground scene and helping out the young people coming in.
Yeah, he really does. He really does want to put on the people that he deserve it from that are smaller than him, which I respect and think is amazing.
He's such a cool guy, bro.
It's good to see bigger artists not being as gatekeepy anymore, like gatekeeping and actually lifting up the people under them.
Absolutely.
He was saying, he's like, I had a really good mentorship when he was first coming up, and he's like, I just want to give that back to the people that he likes and
yeah.
It. And I was like, that's fucking cool, dude. I want to do that.
That dude's a hustler too. Like I've heard some podcasts that he's been on, and hearing the beginning of stories, slinging merch by himself. Like he ran his whole business by himself for the first few years. So like he really learned the ins and outs. I think he even threw shows for a little while. Like he did early on in his career too. Like not once he made the name for himself with Bear Grylls Project. Like he was actually like boots on the ground doing the work in the industry before that. So he does know his shit too.
Yeah.
Are you guys working on an album currently, or can we expect an album from you at any point, or are you guys sticking to the single model for right now?
We are working on an album.
I feel like that's like the new wave now. Everyone's like, it was like a singles game for a while, and then everyone's like, nah, we want to start working on like big pieces of art. Like, yeah.
All of last year, I think we did a track a month.
Wow. Okay.
Not like since we started the group, but we throw our own show in Denver called Ransom Camp. And
cool.
The past 2 years we did Black Box, and then this past year we did Meow Wolf. But I think we're gonna get an album going for round 3. Mm-hmm. Got some cool shit in there for sure.
Kind of like the next era. I feel like I'm fucking hyped about it.
Very cool. How was Meow Wolf? You brought that up.
Yeah, it was tight. We sold it out like 3 weeks before the show date.
Nice.
That takes such a huge weight off of you.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. All right, let's go to the bar. But no, I mean, it's sick. Like Meow Wolf is just, a bunch of really cool creatives that come together and, build a space, whether it be like the one in New Mexico or Vegas. Yeah, I mean, definitely one of the cooler venues that we've ever played. Like, we got to, or even seen. That place was fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, good vibe. Everyone that came to the show was definitely there to throw down. So
it was great.
Very cool.
Perfect storm of.
Yeah, it was awesome. The stage setup they have there is so cool and unique.
Yeah, it's like a chapel,
like cathedral
with and then they do visuals on all the walls as well.
That's sick.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've never been there.
Oh, it's sick. You're like encased in this like visual audio experience. It's really cool.
Very cool. Good place to do some psychedelics, probably.
Bro, they encourage it. It's what they're like. You guys doing anything today? I'm like, oh.
Don't they have like
I don't know if they encourage it. They just like they don't discourage it.
Right.
They have
Kind of like raves.
They have sensory rooms too. So like if you get super overwhelmed, you can just like, you know, get off the route, and it's like super dimly lit and nothing going on.
That's cool. Just to like, 'cause there's so much going on, all the other rooms and stuff, that it's like sometimes people, I could see someone getting very overwhelmed. Yeah.
Get lost, bro.
Lost every time.
Yeah.
We're talking about new music that you guys are working on. Are you guys, don't give away anything away that you can't, but anyone who would be like your dream collab, maybe that you have already worked with that you guys are working again, or anyone new that you guys are like dreaming about working with?
I mean, a personal one of mine, I would fucking do heinous things to get a collab with Peekaboo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay.
I mean, long term, like Zed's dead.
Yeah,
that would be
maybe Bear Grylls, man.
Bear Grylls for sure.
Fuck up with these shows, you know, maybe.
I can see that happening.
We have one with Tom Brando coming out on a label here kind of soon.
We have like too many collabs with Gorilla Tea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
More.
We love us some Gorilla Tea.
Yeah, they were like sitting on 3 of them right now.
We're like, do you guys want to hear another song of Gorilla Tea?
What are some other goals you got for the future? Maybe not so far into the future, but just this year.
This year, Lost Lands.
We want to play that so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
You guys just did you said did the silent disco last year?
Not
kind of.
Secret sets.
Our like friends were playing, you know, like at Blaze. He was like up there, and I guess like there was no one on the right deck. And like Micah Martin called me. He's like, "Get the fuck over here, man. There's no one on this deck." Like
Mike is a homie too. I love that dude.
The funniest fucking dude I've ever met. Oh my bro can make me not breathe for so long. But that was a weird way He's like, moving on. He's like, get over here, and we run over there, and like the stage manager's like, if y'all vouch for him, they can come back here. And we were like, really? And so yeah, they let us go back, and one of the guys with like gridlock, Kevin, was like, he's like, get up there, bro, go do it, come on. And I was like, all right, if you fucking say. So yeah, we hopped up and got like a little short, like 20-minute set. Everyone was just back to back, and we went back the next night with Brando and Decadon, and Tom knew the stage manager, of course, and he's like, can I go on with my friends? And he's like, yeah, sure, bro. Apparently, so Tom came and got all of us, and all the Denver homies just went back to back for like an hour.
It was Brando, back to back Decadon, back to back Gorilla Tea, back to back us, back to back Blaze. I think was there that night.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just a blur.
Like we were like on the lineup or anything. We just kind of
yeah. So an actual booking this year at Lost Lands would be cool.
Oh yeah. Or Red Rocks.
Or
yeah.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, I think that's like the top 2 on our mind right now. Lost Lands and Red Rocks.
Do you guys have a common pillar of like what you want to put out into the world, or like do you have a specific mission or impact that is driving the project at all, or just make some fucking dope music?
I remember when I met our manager, I went off and I like kind of spazzed out a little bit. I just told him how the way the shows were for me was like it really like brought me something I loved again, and I didn't really have anything I like truly loved at that time. And I remember like going to Red Rock shows was like, and going to like a grid show, I always remember getting done and feeling like, what the, like that was the coolest experience. I will never forget that. And for me, that's all I wanted to do, is be able to give that to other people, because like I don't know, that changed the way I thought about life, even like to get deep really. It was like, I don't know exactly where I'd be if dubstep was the thing. It's kind of weird.
Me too, man. Retweet. Re-X, I should say.
I'd also say one of the main ideas that we kind of had for what is hostage situation is it's not like a violent or like physical thing. It's like more like your brain, like taking your mind hostage through the music, and on it, like maybe forgetting, all the shitty stuff that's happening for a couple minutes or whatever it might be.
Holding you hostage in a positive way to escape the negativity. Yeah, that's cool. Cool flip on that idea. Because it almost comes across as like a darker like hostage, like I'm taking you hostage, like prisoner or whatever. But that's cool that you guys are like, no, we want to help you escape from like whatever else you got going on, and have this hostage situation be like a positive thing. That's cool.
Well, I think that's some of the draw at like some of these out-of-state shows that we're starting to do is it's super easy to fall into that.
Yeah.
Name like hostage situation with 3 masks.
Right.
Pretty aggressive branding. But then like you come to a show and it's complete 180. Like we're just up there having fun, and like it's a very, I think, like positive.
Yeah.
I love that, because I love the idea of it kind of being like at like anything really. It's like, might seem a little scary or something like that, but like I don't know, fucking dark, I guess. But like I like the idea of going into something and it might seem scary or something like that, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's like like even going to shows for me and like trying to dance in like public and like not care and like do that, and that's like these shows and raves are the best place to do that. Doing that was like terrifying to me. And like you realize that, like it's not a big, like we're just here to have fun. Like,
yeah. And everyone around you has that same kind of attitude too. Is everyone just there to have fun? That's cool.
Yeah, like Meow Wolf, for example, was like the coolest crowd. Like it was that was amazing. What a night.
Well, we are getting to the end of our questions and getting to time. It's almost been an hour now. But before we wrap up, do you guys have any questions for us?
Dream 4 artists.
Dream lineup? Oh, man. Shit. I'm going to be fair and include some underground people. Tate would be one of them.
Valid.
Let's see. I really fuck with Vastiv, and he's like somewhat of a homie. So Vastiv, what he's doing in his project's crazy. And then upper lineup, Subtronics is always on my dream lineup. And man, I really like Ellis Dream. I don't know if that would make sense part of that lineup, but I really like Ellis Dream.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Hallie, what's your top 4?
Because I haven't seen Gorilla T yet, he would probably be up there. And then I would go heavier with Infect and Versa, probably, because I know they go really well together.
I just saw Versa last weekend.
So
Fire.
good, always.
Yeah.
And then one more. My bigger person would probably be Zed's Dead. And I feel like that would be a nice mesh of like really heavy and then a little softer.
Sick.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm going to let Hallie ask the last famous final question, and then we'll wrap up.
If there was one piece of advice you could give yourself when you first started making music, what would it be?
Be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, just slow down. Like, I feel like when I started, it was a little like crackhead fucking mode of just like, we have to make 300 songs by Saturday. Everything's got to be perfect, blah, blah, blah. But I think just like really slowing down.
Yeah.
Just dial everything in.
Yeah. Be in the moment.
Attention to detail.
It's great to have, big goals and be not satisfied with where your project is at, but it's also just as important to remind yourself how far you've come.
Oh yeah.
It's
For sure.
It's hard sometimes. I see it happening, with us sometimes. it's hard sometimes to remind yourself that like, damn, like you know, we're actually doing like pretty good, man. Like you can't, don't beat yourself up too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, guys. It was so great having you on the show. Thanks for giving us your time today. And yeah, wish nothing but the best for you guys for your future.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.